Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's 12:30. This is Dr. Ken Muich, Fibromyalgia Wellness Center in the Stetson Chiropractic Clinic, for another exciting subject. This one's going to be on functional medicine and what actually functional medicine is. Some of you may or may not have heard the term functional medicine, and I'm getting more and more people to talk and discuss about this and find out actually what it is. Some doctors are using this form of medicine. And I thought what I would do is actually read something to you. And this is from, hello everybody, I hope you're going to enjoy this. I found it very, very interesting also because I've talked to somebody, so you're not using functional medicine. And actually, what is functional medicine? So I thought I'd read something. I have this sign up that I've used for years. And so I'm going to sneak over, I'm going to take a look at it. This is from Thomas Edison, believe it or not. And he was just not just a scientist, but he was really a deep thinker. The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame and in the cause and prevention of dis-ease. He made it D-I-S and then a space E-A-S-E. And that's what disease is, dis-ease. You're at ease versus you're not at ease. You're uncomfortable, you're sick, and that's what dis-ease is all about. Well, functional medicine, that's very, very interesting. I call functional medicine wellness, actually, overall wellness, a wellness care center or wellness center itself, of which I have struggled for years to actually incorporate in my clinic. And of course, some patients don't really care. They want to get in and out. That's all they want to do is take care of the symptoms and so forth. And I'm constantly giving patients information as far as to be able to help themselves so that they don't have these ongoing problems. Now, look, I can't stop somebody from having an accident, okay? I can't stop somebody from getting rear-ended or crashing into somebody or tripping and falling. On the other hand, I can do certain things, like, for example, preach and also train people in balancing, proper balance, and also for bad posture, so forth and so on. All those little things add up to wellness that they can have over a long period of time. Some stretching exercise, a variety of different things that we give patients that we take home so that they can use as they can use to stay healthier, so to speak. But functional medicine, the definition itself is medical practice or treatments that focus on optimal functioning of the body and its organs, usually involving systems of holistic or alternative medicine from a small group of thoughtful leaders or thought leaders, such as Dr. Oz. I've seen a lot of people have seen him on television. Gives you all sorts of interesting ideas and so forth. Dr. Frank Lipman, some of these people you may or may not have heard of. Dr. Mark Hyman. I also include Dr. R. Paul St. Amand, whose protocol that actually established fibromyalgia as a program in itself because of his work in genes and so forth, and myself, Dr. Ken Muich. Now, conventional medicine treats diseases once it has already appeared. Golly, I've fought this for years. I fought this because it's not well care. It's a little bit like if you've ever played dodgeball. I'd rather have the ball in my hands thrown at somebody than trying to dodge something such as diseases and so forth. And so maybe it's a bad example, or maybe it's perfect for you if you can really think about it. Wouldn't you like to have the ball in your hands all the time as far as your health is concerned? In acupuncture, it's very, very interesting. Doctors of true acupuncture only get paid when the patients stay healthy. If they get sick, they don't get paid. Isn't that interesting? Wouldn't you like to live in a form of a wonderful treatment like that? But the functional medicine is an individual approach to disease causes. It's based on evolving research in nutrition, genomics, and epigenetics. Well, you've maybe heard some of these terms itself, but genetics itself is very, very interesting. It's a study of individual genes. Epigenetics is a study of genetic genes itself, their traits and variations caused by external or environmental factors versus DNA changes, dynamic alterations of the cell. A lot of it has to do with the environment that people are in, external and so forth. Look, if you grow up in a battle zone and you're constantly dodging, say, bullets and bombs and so forth, you're going to have a different type of a epigenetic structure than you would someone in a very relaxed, enjoyable setting in itself. Genomics versus genomes. Genomes is a complete set of DNA, including the genes, but genomics in itself is the analysis of the function and structure of the DNA within a single cell or an organism. So we're talking about splitting straws here, but there's still a big difference. It's a study, differences that yet similarity, shall we say. So epigenetics, genomics, genetics, genes, so forth. It's all the study of genes. And that's where Dr. Saint Amand comes in, because he's the one that actually established the protocol, the initial program to treat fibromyalgia patients, because he found that there was a genetic marker that you're born with that actually causes fibromyalgia. And then it's made worse by some physical, emotional, or chemical trauma. But anyway, so all those things are important, and we apply these new advances in our clinics to address root causes using low-risk interventions. So we're constantly digging to find out what the causes are. What is the cause of the problem that you're having? Finding the root cause of disease or the problem is, I think, what functional medicine is, and what well care actually is, if you want to look at it in its most simplest form. And again, Dr. Saint Amand and myself, we're still the only program that I know of that actually treats fibromyalgia's condition, the cause, and not the symptoms. All the other ones are still working on trying to find the actual answers. But we actually have been working with the genetic aspects of fibromyalgia and actually restructuring. And you can do that. That's the idea behind epigenetics and genomes and so forth, that you can actually change the genes themselves by correcting those things that are correctable within the body itself. Now, there's 5 functional beliefs in functional medicine. We're going to go over those so that you'll see where we're at and where functional medicine is in relationship to what I'm talking about. Number one, it keeps you healthy instead of just keeping you alive. And so that's really important, because when you really think about it, you don't want to just be living, so to speak. It's not the triage type of medicine where you actually have a problem or a health problem, and then you go in and then they treat it. That's, again, having the ball in your hands and not being thrown at, so to speak, with all these diseases. The second one, it's personalized, okay? And if you looked at or had an idea of looking at some of my previous talks, the last one we talked about, number 44, this is number 45, by the way. Number 44 was that same thing where we were talking about our program is not a cookie cutter type of program. It's individualized. Look, if certain things don't work for you, we adapt and change things. Not because you don't want to do it, but maybe your body is not able to function and do things that need to be done. So there's always ways that we can work with. You'll never hear in my clinic, you're going to have to live to learn. You're going to have to learn to live with it. That just drives me up a tree. And that means that doctor doesn't have time for you. There's an answer for everything, believe it or not, if they take the time to actually look into it. Doctors don't have that time. Most of them don't have that time. I mean, I went in for my annual physical part of it, blood tests and so forth this morning. And I love my doctor. He's great and so forth. He really spends good time in that. But still, bottom line is, man, they were still waiting to get in. And that was just for my blood test itself and urine tests. The third one is it's always cutting edge science. And we're always looking at the new sciences that are coming out. Now, some of these sciences that come out are questionable. And I wait really for the research. Now, some functional medicine doctors actually take the ball and run with it, and then they find out maybe it works or it doesn't work down the line. I don't like to do that. I want to make sure that it is research valid, okay, versus taking pharmaceutical products just because somebody thought it might work on a certain patient, which is horrible. Number 4, it makes you feel good. Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, we treat again the condition in fibromyalgia, and actually in all of my patients, whether the fibromyalgia or not. And by taking care of the condition, guess what? The symptoms evacuate. They leave. Now, if you have a secondary condition with fibromyalgia that we talked about, MS and so forth, your symptoms will not be as bad, okay? Because fibromyalgia, oftentimes they mix together and they make other conditions worse. So your symptoms are going to be either alleviated completely or reduced appreciably by taking care of the fibromyalgia itself. Fifth, it changes your life. In reality itself is, again, we're not going to stop you from maybe getting a bacterial infection or a virus or something like this, especially if you're around people that cough and sneeze, or you don't wash your hands properly. That's up to us to train and teach you to make sure you take care of yourself and give you whatever nutritional supplements and things that you need that will actually reduce the possibility of having those things. But sometimes they just happen, they do. But we're going to make sure that you don't have the big ones, the diabetes and the blood pressure maybe, and heart disease and so forth. Those are the things that are deadly for you. Those are the things that we know we can control. That will, if you follow our rules and regulations, so to speak, changes lifestyle, maybe food, so forth and so on, that you're going to live a happy, enjoyable life, not a sick life that you're dragging your way through. And just barely being able to make it. So yeah, we're going to make you feel better, and we're going to prevent a lot of the big things from happening. And yet the reality is we can't stop everything from happening, like I say, the trips and falls and so forth. But we're going to try to minimize all of those things and make sure that your life is much happier and healthier. So the most important thing is that your body is an intelligent organism. It'll heal itself if, and this is the basis of chiropractic and natural sciences. The body will heal itself if it's given an opportunity, kind of just lead it in a direction that it needs to go. Some lifestyle changes, maybe, some supplements, maybe, like I say, proper diet, exercise, things of this sort that we know that you could benefit by to make yourself happier and healthier. Wellness center instead of waiting for you to get sick, okay? That's the key. And you should take advantage of it, both for those who are healthy and for those to stay healthy and not only get health and stay healthy, but also for those obviously that are sick. Our clinic and functional or well care clinics are made for you to, like I say, get better, get healthier, and stay that way again, so you can enjoy life. You know, why be suffering through all of this? Why take the chance of, I'll do it later, so to speak, when it's right at hand right now, and just some real simple things that you might be able to follow up with that can make a world of difference, of which we've seen in our patients itself. So, functional medicine, well-care centers that find the answers to your problems, the causes of the condition, not just taking care of the symptoms with take 2 aspirins or 2 of these, 2 whatever. There's an answer for everything, okay? But why put pharmaceutical companies out of business, right? It's just an overindulgence in things that you really shouldn't be taking, and that we have answers for that are a lot healthier for you. Again, this is Dr. Ken Muich. This was number 45, 45 weeks of information for you and maybe for your family and friends that'll help you stay healthier, get better. We're here for you. Again, Fibromyalgia Wellness Center, Stetson Chiropractic Clinic in Scottsdale, Arizona. Feel free to give us a call or let us know you have any questions. We'd love to take care of you. Have a wonderful day. Have a great week. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah to everybody. And all the other holidays that I probably haven't mentioned. Be safe. Enjoy. And again, if you're having a problem, don't wait. Get into somebody's clinic or my own and so forth to make sure that you enjoy this holiday season. Have a great day. Have a great week again. And best wishes to all of you. Bye-bye now.